Hey family, welcome back. MarshaunO here, your favorite life and relationship strategist, and I help Christian women that are married or in long-term relationships to stop feeling disconnected and unloved and shift you to feeling heard, understood, and appreciated. Welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back, everybody. Thank you so much for the support. I truly appreciate it. We are almost to 5,000, so this is amazing. So thank you for returning and coming back. Now, you actually clicked on this one because you're thinking, let me get the answer to why arguments actually occur. All right, and I'm gonna help you out with that. A few days ago, I just spoke about laughter and injecting it into your argument. So now I want to talk to you today about why arguments happen. Now, if you need to see that video about laughter and injecting it into specifically when you're having an argument, then after this video, go check it out. Yes, I said after. Okay, stay here now. Anywho, so why do arguments occur? And there is one main reason why arguments occur. Here's the number one reason. It is the lack of empathy. It is the lack of mutual empathetic understanding. And when there's no empathy, that equals self-protection mode and you leading to judgments occurring. When I say you, I meant it leading to judgments occurring. When you do not have empathy, when you lack empathy, you become protective or get into a protective stance, protective mode. Anything that comes out, you're not hearing what they're actually saying to you. It's all defense. This is why arguments occur. That's the number one reason. I know you thought it was going to be something different, but that's the number one reason. Another thing is, it usually seems like both are playing the victim and you're both jockeying for the victim position. So that's another way to look at it. But the main thing is there's no empathy there. And there's no mutual empathy. So when you get a chance to be more empathetic, when you're put in a situation, i.e. an argument is getting ready to occur, step back and ask yourself, how can I stop this argument? And I'm glad you asked that, because I'm going to give you 4 phrases to inject to stop the arguments. So the very first phrase is, instead of going back and forth, instead of you having to be right, your partner has stated the thing that he or she needed to say to you, and guess what you're going to say? Okay, let me think about that. You ain't arguing. You're not agreeing either. You're saying, let me think about it. You're saying, let me allow this heated situation that I can see occurring or about to occur, let me let this simmer all the way down. Let me get a chance to really think about the things that was said to me right now, and then I'll come back to them to address what you said momentarily or later on. Give me a chance to really articulate the things that I really want to say to you about the thing that we're discussing, the thing that I know is about to be an argument. Let me think about it. It's phrase number 1. Phrase number 2 is, you may be right. Again, not arguing. May be right doesn't say you're right. It says you may be right. You could be right, but let me think about this even further so I can articulate what it is that I want to say to you later on if need be. Or I can come back and change. You may be right. So you know what? I thought about it. You are right. Again, the argument is gone. You listened, you heard, you understood what your spouse was trying to say to you. And now you're like, okay, I get it. You know what? Thought about it. You're right. But in that moment, you may be right. Third phrase, I understand. Now, this is where you're offering some empathy in there. And it changes the direction of where the argument was getting ready to happen, where it was getting ready to occur. Now you're like, I actually understand what you're saying. No argument. There's no argument when somebody says, I understand. Unless you have somebody that's just off, or somebody that just like to argue, I understand it's going to nip all of that in the bud. I did not say that he or she is going to let whatever they're saying come out the right way, come out the politically correct way, come out even in a respectful way. All of those things should be occurring, but let's be real. During an argument, you're trying to cut deep. And so you're looking for any way to cut deep. And especially if there's something that you know your spouse hates, or you know that the phrase that you say is going to cut them deep, that's when you're really, really ready to throw it back in their face. It's during the argument phase. But if I tell you, after listening to what you said, no matter how you said it to me, you know what, I understand that. I understand. Know what, I understand that. Because we have to control, you have to control the way that you're showing up. It does not matter how your spouse is showing up. It does not matter what your spouse said, even though, yes, they should respect you. They should honor you. They should say everything in a loving manner. But that doesn't happen all the time. So with that being said, you can only control you. You cannot control the way your spouse shows up. You cannot control the what of what your spouse is saying to you. You cannot even control when they say it to you. Because some people don't realize that timing is a factor as well, when to say things. Some people don't realize that. You control you and only you. So doesn't matter how he said it, how she said it. What you're going to say and your tone of voice matters. I understand. You're showing empathy. You're breaking up the toxic environment that was about to go downhill. You're changing and shifting your own behavior. Maybe this is an area that you really need to work at. You are starting to go down a different path so you can continuously get different results. The more that you practice these things that I teach, the better your relationship is. The better you even feel about yourself. And then you don't even have to worry about saying, I'm sorry so often, or feeling very guilty or shameful by the way you acted, by the things that you said, the things that you did. If you think before you speak, you can have a better opportunity to create the relationship that you're truly crying out to create, that you crave. The fourth phrase that you're going to use, I'm sorry. Now that one is a big one, because I truly believe that there are so many relationships that go down the tubes because one or both parties cannot and will not say, I'm sorry, to change and shift everything around. Because saying I'm sorry changes everything. Saying I'm sorry and truly meaning it, and me being able to hear it in your voice, and me being able to see it on your face, and me being able to see it in your body language changes everything. Saying I'm sorry softens everything. And actually all four of those phrases it should soften your spouse. The one who was getting ready to hand you all of the mean things that they wanted to say. It should soften him or her. So that is why people argue. That is why arguments occur. The lack of mutual empathy. And both of you jockeying for the victim position. Now, how are you going to change that? I want to know. Let me know down in the comment section below. Before I go, I want to invite you all to download your copy of my free relationship resource guide. I created this guide because sometimes you just need somebody to talk to. Sometimes you just need to get things out. And have you ever noticed that whenever you're trying to call somebody on the phone, nobody answers the phone? So when you're looking for people to answer the phone and they are not answering the phone, this free relationship resource guide is going to give you some of the answers that you're looking for. It's going to help you with some strategies. It's going to give you some tools to be able to implement into your relationship so you, yes, you watching this, can shift your relationship, can change the environment, can change your relationship around. And it's going to take you being intentional. Why not be intentional with the relationship resource guide? This is going to give you some ammunition or some tools to put in your toolbox, so whenever you need some answers, you can go and pull them out and say, oh, this is what I need to do. This is how I need to show up. Oh, I stopped doing this and now I need to restart doing this. Go and download it. The site is bit.ly, so bit.ly/relationship library. Again, that's bit.ly/relationship library. Go and download yours today. And then, you know what? Send it to a friend. Send that link to a friend that you know can actually get some value out of having these tools on hand. Again, I am MarshaunO, your favorite life and relationship strategist, and I help Christian women that are married or in long-term relationships to stop feeling disconnected and unloved and shift you to feeling heard, understood, and appreciated. I love you guys. Again, thank you so much for keep coming back, and I will see you in another video. Bye now.